Hello friends, welcome to LG Institute of Physiotherapy. Today we are going to discuss about mobilization. So in mobilization, first we'll discuss the indication for joint mobilization. So here we have a indication. This first is pain, muscle guarding and spasm, reversible joint hypomobility, then positional force and subluxation, progressive limitation and functional immobility. So indication that means where we can apply this mobilization technique. So to reduce the muscle pain and spasm, we can apply the mobilization technique. So this can be treated with the gentle joint play techniques to stimulate the neurophysiological and mechanical effects. So what happens in neurophysiological effects? When we apply this joint play technique or distraction, then it can stimulate uh, the mechanoreceptors that may inhibit the transmission of nociceptive stimuli at the spinal cord or brainstem levels. So it reduces the pain. Then mechanical effects. So small amplitude distraction or gliding movements of the joint are used to cause the synovial fluid motion, which is the vehicle for the bringing nutrients to the avascular portion of the articular cartilage. And the gentle joint play techniques help the maintain nutrients exchange and thus prevent the painful and degenerating effects of stasis when a joint is swollen or painful and cannot move through the range of motion. Reversible joint hypomobility. So in case of the reversible joint hypomobility, we can use the mobilization, and it can be treated with the progressively vigorous joint play stretching techniques to elongate the hypomobile capsular and ligamentous connective tissue. Then sustained or oscillatory stretch force are used to distend the shortened tissue mechanically. In case of the positional force or subluxation, we can use the mobilization. That means the malposition of one bony partner with respect to its opposing surface may result in limited motion or pain, and this can occur with a traumatic injury after periods of immobility or with muscle imbalances. Next, the disease which can progressively limit the range of motion. So in that case we can use this mobilization technique. So diseases that progressively limit movement or motion can be treated with the joint play techniques to maintain available motion or retard, or to prevent progressive mechanical restriction. Next, functional immobility. When patient cannot functionally move a joint for period of time, the joint can be treated with non-stretch gliding or distraction techniques to maintain available joint play and prevent the degenerating and restricting effects of immobility. Next is limitation of this technique. Uh, so it cannot change the disease process of disorders such as rheumatoid arthritis or the inflammatory process of injury. So in this case is the treatment is directed toward the minimizing pain, maintaining available joint play and reducing the effects of any mechanical limitation. So limitation of mobilization is mainly it cannot change the disease process, but we can use this mobilization to reduce the pain, to reduce the or to restore the range of motion, and even we can prevent the further progression of that disease. Then contraindication. So in case of the hypermobility, we cannot give the mobilization technique. In case of the joint effusion, see in joint effusion, if this joint effusion is rapid, so this means in case of the trauma, the rapid joint effusion occurs. So in rapid joint effusion, the bleeding occurs, and the accumulation of the blood in joint it leads to the accumulation of blood in joint. So this needs the medical uh, intervention, like for example the aspiration. So in that case we cannot give the joint mobilization technique. In case of the inflammation, we cannot use this mobilization technique. Next is precautions. Malignancy, bone disease detectable on radiographs, unhealed fractures or malunion, then excessive pain, that means the excessive pain during the mobilization technique. So we should stop the mobilization technique. Hypermobility in associated joints. In case of the total joint replacement, newly formed or weakened connective tissues, then systemic connective tissue diseases like the rheumatoid arthritis, uh, elderly individuals with the weakened connective tissue. So here we'll end the lectures, and today we have discussed about the indication of mobilization technique, then limitation of mobilization, uh, then contraindication and precautions of mobilization technique. So